Okay. Now, I just heard you say something, and I want you to clarify that, that you go on and listen to a speech maybe every day because they're online. Tell me about that if somebody wanted to go and check this out.
They can go to TED.com,
Okay.
and then they will have the featured speakers. Those are the people that they believe are really good, so they are trying to promote those people. Or you can go to the subject, inspiration, art, technology, or design. There's like subgroups. Then you can listen to those people. Or you can just simply type a subject, and then you can find a person who's talking about that.
Okay.
For example, one of my favorite speeches that I have seen, it's a 3-minute speech. This guy is saying how to tie your shoelaces. And until I heard that, I did not know that there's another way of tying your shoelaces.
Really?
And he says that by doing this, it'll last longer. And
now, you do know that we're all going to have to go to TED.com and watch the how to tie your shoelaces.
Exactly.
But I think that's good because it'll give the exposure to TED.com because I personally was not aware of it. So who is presenting? Where are these people coming from? And
so far, I believe we have 10 confirmed speakers that has given the commitment, and we have the bios on the TEDx space on the web. And you are one of those speakers. And my job as the curator to challenge my speakers to get to an area that they are not the most comfortable with, but they are having provocative thoughts, not in a bad way, but to lift them up so that they become, instead of just TEDx material, they become TED material so that they will be featured on the front page and everybody knows about them.
They're going to go viral.
Viral.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So what can we do as a community? Can we attend? Can we contact you other than just going to the website and watching some of the speeches? Can we attend the event?
Yes, you can, but the event that we had, our license permits us only 100 people. So since we only allow 100 people, it's going to be an invitee-only event, and then you can become you can attend by being a sponsor. You can attend by buying a ticket. But if you're buying a ticket, we're not going to issue tickets for everybody, right? But then you can come, or you can watch it later when it's on a video.
Okay.
Or those speakers are always available that if you contact them, that they can come and visit your organization.
Okay. And I guess that was one of my questions. If we see somebody, the speech on a video, do we have the opportunity to contact them?
You should be, because that's the idea.
I mean, will it be on the TEDx website? Or?
Yes, it will be on the TEDx website with their bio.
Their bio and
so the website, so that they can contact those people.
And the website for the event that we're doing is TEDx Maumee River.com.
It's TEDx Maumee River.com.
Okay.
But if you go to TED.com and type Fort Wayne or Maumee River or something like that, the event should come up too.
Okay.
I want to emphasize something. We do need sponsors because we have to decorate the stage. We had to feed people, so we had to do a lot of stuff. And then this is not a for-profit event.
Okay.
So you can donate, volunteer, decorate. You can do a bunch of stuff, or find us a sponsor. That's going to be very helpful for us.
Okay, so donations are accepted.
Yes.
Sponsors are needed. And these people get tickets.
Yes.
They will get tickets.
Yes.
And who would be a potential sponsor in the community?
It would be pretty much anybody, except there are some TED requirements. In other words, like some of them are very simple requirements, such as like you cannot be an unethical business, so like illegal firearms, alcohol and tobacco, those kind of stuff.
Okay.
So the basic things.
Yes.
If you are a clean business, you can be a sponsor.
You can be a sponsor.
Yeah.
And because it's by invite only, it's really important that they get in touch with you about donations, volunteering, and sponsorship, because they can't just show up that day and come in.
Yeah, because the key part is, since we have only 100 spots, and since I am hell-bent on having the most qualified people on that day, right? It is very important that we pick and choose who's going to be there. Because this is not going to be a networking event. This is not going to be a party. This is about getting together and doing something in our community to improve the lifestyles of us as a community, or help our speakers to become nationally recognized speakers, and then create a movement in town. Like, our theme is Future Resolved, so what we want to see is, like, how can we resolve our future?
Because of it not just being a one-time event, like you said, once it's over, we still have this movement afterwards from the TEDx Maumee River.
Exactly.
Okay, all right. Is there a cost?
We have not determined the cost yet. It depends on the sponsorships.
Okay.
And we can bring down the ticket prices to very low if we have the sponsors, right? And then if we get enough sponsors that covers our cost, we may not even have to charge people to come in, right? So that's where we are at right now.
Okay. So television stations, businesses, private individuals can all sponsor.
And promote.
And promote it. Okay.
Yes. See, because that's the key thing. Like I was saying before, people don't even know that TED exists. So to the point, like TEDx, it's a rarely known thing, but we want to get this thing rolling. And then we want to show that here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, we can do an event just as good as a big city or something like that.
Well, and I do believe that we have the talent in Fort Wayne, and I know that there's probably going to be a lot of questions about this event going on, especially because it is by invite only, but because they are looking for volunteers, sponsors, donations. Please make sure that you get a hold of Shirona, that you do visit the TEDx Maumee River, and there's contact information on there, or get a hold of us here at WINM@tct.tv for information or contact for Shirona, so that you can actually share with us more details about that, because I know we're getting some information, but like I said, up until maybe a month ago, I was not familiar. TEDx meant nothing to me.
Yeah.
And of course, now that I've gotten some more information, it makes a little more sense. So after the TEDx Maumee River is done, those videos of those speakers will then be on the web.
As long as they approve, because, you know, if you do something silly in your speech, it's not going to be shown. They'll be on the subset of the TEDx website. Then if they are good enough to be on the TED website, they'll be on the TED website. If they're good enough to be featured, then they will be featured as featured videos. My job is to make as many as possible, because one thing that I want to emphasize is when I was speaking with the prospects and speakers, I was just like blown away on how much knowledge, and like even the people that I have known closely, I was thinking like, oh my God, you know, like these people, I did not know they had this in them. So it was very exciting. I wished we could have had an event where 1,000 people could attend, but it limits to 100. Hopefully we can do a great job and have the next event with 1,000 people.
Exactly. How many speakers do you think, you know, at top end we'll have at the TEDx Maumee River?
Well, we are required to have 25% of the speakers to be already established TED speakers. So 25% of the speakers will be, they already have a video, they are on the TED website. 25%. The other 75%, I am assuming that we will have anywhere from 12 to 15 speakers. And some of them will be talking for a little bit, some of them will be talking for a long time.
And a long time is 18 minutes?
18 minutes.
That's it?
That's it.
So have you, because you're familiar with this, have you seen somebody talk for 5 minutes and that's it?
Yes, and in fact, like I was talking with Kevin Mullett the other day, he's going to do an exceptional 5-minute speech.
Okay, and he's experienced.
Well, not as much, but then again, he can do so much in 5 minutes. That guy is very talented. If you don't know who Kevin Mullett is, get to know him.
It's good just to see him.
Yeah.
Now, but has he been a speaker at TEDx, at a TEDx
No.
before? He hasn't. Okay,
No.
so this will be a first time.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you truly feel the impact TEDx is going to have on our community? I know there's already been the TEDx Fort Wayne. What's the impact? What are we looking for?
Well, the impact that I'm thinking about is like every day when we wake up, we have challenges. You have challenges, I have challenges, and everybody else that we see, they have challenges. But there are a lot of people who can resolve these challenges and offer solutions, right? The first thing that I want to create is like, here are the people who has a solution for your challenge, right? So I want to establish that first. So if we don't go anywhere, here in Fort Wayne, we have these people who can resolve your challenges. That's my first step. Second step is, if our speakers become big, they generate wealth, they generate jobs, they generate a lot of things, right? That helps our community. And then the other thing is, like, if we set pace to something in our community, it may have an impact on another community, such as like Muncie or Toledo or someplace else, that might be able to duplicate the success that we had. Okay. Because it's not just, the speakers are not just talking, they're actually offering solutions.
Okay.
They're actually saying, this is what I think is going to resolve this problem.
Okay. Well, it sounds interesting. Yeah, obviously, it's new to me, and I appreciate that you brought it to my attention. I think that if the impact that the last one, and I wasn't even with TEDx Fort Wayne, but I've heard so much about it that it spurred my curiosity about it, and now to be involved with it, I am excited about the event. Thank you for bringing it here. Thank you for getting the license and caring enough about Fort Wayne to bring it here. But I would challenge everyone to get in touch with Shirona just to get questions answered about it, because this is something that really could impact our community. And you never know, your neighbor may end up as the next viral speaker internationally just because TEDx was here in Fort Wayne. It's a movement that's been around for 30-some years, and for us not to even know about it, how long have you known about it?
About 5-6 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing, and I'm looking forward to what it's going to bring to the community. Once again, it will be on September 17th, and the time is noon to 5. And it will be at Taylor Chapel United Methodist Church. And it is by invitation only. So if you have questions or you'd like to be one of those 100, you have the opportunity to volunteer or sponsor or donate so that you can get your hands on one of those tickets if you're curious like I am, so that we can get in there and find out what TEDx Maumee River is all about. But in the meantime, I suggest you go to www.tedx.com.
You can go
to just TED.com?
TED.com.
And check it out. See what it is. And thanks to Shirona for bringing it to the Fort Wayne area.
Thank you very much for having me.
Awesome. I'll look forward to seeing what is going to happen when TEDx Maumee River happens in September.
Yep.
Thanks, Shirona.
You're welcome.
This has been Public Report. Public Report discusses the issues of interest and importance to our viewing area. Please remember that the views expressed by our guests are their own and do not necessarily represent the views of TCT or the station.